everybody! Today we have got a special guest. Can you anyone spot him? It's Turbo! Turbo, say hello to everybody. Turbo is a giant African snail. He's just woken up from hibernation because snails have a very special ability. When it gets really cold, and they don't really like the cold very much, they can use their slime to seal up their shell so they can stay nice and cosy until the sun comes out again. So Turbo has finally woken up now the sun has come out. And because it's nice and sunny, what he'd really like to have is a party. I wasn't sure, because people aren't having parties at the moment, are they? But I thought maybe it was okay to have a slug and snail party. But Turbo is a very caring snail. And he was a little bit worried, weren't you, Turbo, about the slugs might feel a little bit sad and a little bit left out because they don't have a lovely shell like him. Look, can you see his beautiful shell? So he said to me, maybe I could have a go at making a shell for the slugs. So I've had a go. Now I had to think about properties and materials because I'm doing some really good thinking while I'm at home, and I thought it's got to be something that's quite light. Slugs and snails are really slow, so they've got to have something that's quite light and easy for them to carry. So what could that be? I'm still not sure. I have to think of another property. It's got to be something quite flexible so that they can move around. And it's got to be something quite strong. I don't know. What in my house have I got that might work? Ooh. Maybe some paper would work. What do you think, Turbo? It's quite strong, it's flexible, and it's very light. That maybe would make a good shell. What do you think, Turbo? Shall I have a go? There we go. It's a shell, nice little opening for him to sit in. What do you think? Would that work? Oh. That's quite good, isn't it, Turbo? Yeah, what do you think of my shell? I'll have to test it just to make sure that it's good enough. So let's have a look. Let's try. I know it might be windy. Oh, that's quite good. Let me see. Bird attack. Bird attack. It's not broken. That's quite good. What other kind of weather might it have? It might rain. What do you think, Turbo? Shall we check about rain? I've got a pot of water. Let's put it in there and see. Oh no. It's all fallen apart. I'm ripped. Oh, that didn't work. Paper is not a good shell for a snail. I'm going to have to think of something else. Well, there's a book that might give me some ideas. Our book of the week is about a slug, and it's called Norman the Slug with the Silly Shell. What has he chosen for his shell on the cover? What do you think? Do you think that's going to be a good shell? This book is by Sue Hendra. Norman the Slug thought snails were great. Wow, said Norman. Look at them. They're amazing. They've got much more colourful shells than Turbo has. But unfortunately, the snails didn't think Norman was great. Whee! Crash! Norman, you silly slug, they cried. You've spoilt our fun. This only works if you've got a shell. Norman felt left out. Sadly, he skulked off into the moonlight. There he is. How do you feel if someone doesn't let you play their games? If only I had a shell, Norman sighed, looking at his reflection, and that's when he had an idea. Maybe I could have a shell after all, he thought. Look at his reflection. What's happened? But finding a shell was not as easy as it seemed. One was too bouncy. One was too noisy. One had already been taken. Norman needed to think. Ta-da! A shell. It was perfect. Norman had never been happier. He could join the snails at last. It's got lots of properties of a shell, hasn't it? It's round. It's kind of spiral shape. It's got a hole in it, like the snail shells. It's probably quite hard. No, not as hard as a shell. But can you see any problems with a shell like this? You enjoying the story, Turbo? Norman loved being a snail, and the snails loved Norman's silly shell. But the fun didn't last for long. Suddenly there was a loud flapping of wings. "Look out, bird!" cried the snails in panic. "Quick, slither for your lives, or we'll end up as supper!" But the bird was more interested in Norman's silly shell. It looked delicious. Norman was being carried up, up, up and away, higher and higher into the sky. What could he do? What do you think Norman will do? Can you think of any special features that slugs have that might help them escape predators? Norman did the only thing a slug could do. He made slime, lots and lots of it. With a slither and a slother, a slip and a slide, Norman was free! But he was falling faster and faster and faster until... plonk! Norman, are you okay? Asked the snails. "Wow," said Norman, "that was great. I love flying. If only I had wings." Ta-da! And that is the end of the story. What did you think, Turbo? Did you enjoy that story? You seem to be enjoying it. Norman really didn't choose a very good shell. And he decided he wanted wings, but I'm not sure pants have the right properties for being wings. Maybe you can have a think about it this week. And hopefully me and Turbo will see you very, very soon. Say bye, Turbo. Okay, bye.